cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Hurricane offense makes its way onto the field to start this game. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So, no doubt, the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Defense trying to be physical in pass coverage took it a little too far, and the offense will pick up the first down. Dropping back, it's Austin. Right on the money. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Wants to go up top. Throwing right. Got his man downfield. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30. The Hurricanes will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Skips away from pressure. Breaks into the open. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Canes look to keep this drive humming. The give to the back. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. The Crimson Tide offense comes out, and now they'll go on the attack. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. The sweet feet buy a little time. Quickly complete. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Here's the this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick pass on the fly motion. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. He's got an open man. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's going to look downfield again. Fires to the right. And that is incomplete.
Well, I know that one falls incomplete, but as the head coach, you've got to still love what you've seen from your quarterback early in this game. He's been accurate, in a great rhythm. To start the game 4 for 5, that's pretty good.
He's got his man across the middle. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Looking downfield on first down. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown Tide! They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Looking downfield, it's Austin. Here's a hit. And a sack. All the way back at the 5. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel. There he goes. He's at the 50. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Man, that dude has some jets. They run the replay, forget handing the football off. He takes off, and he is a running back in open field, chewing up yards. Nice big play by that young man.
He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The play action fake. Got his man quickly. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A veritable Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting about that.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Give to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Wow, and the Miami linebacker shows you his speed on that play. And linebacker in speed, synonymous when you're thinking about Miami Hurricane defense. Think about Ray Lewis, Jonathan Vilma, Dan Morgan, DJ Williams.
Turning it on. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
defense really... Now with that big play to the 29.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Quarterback making checks. Snap in the shotgun. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Fired in from the red zone for the score. With that last one, he now has 40 career touchdown catches.
I mean, he's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because Palmer, he always makes plays.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about it. Single cover, double cover, triple cover. You're still throwing him the ball because he's going to find a way to make it happen. 40 TD catches. That is awesome.
They'll run the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Canes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Dropping back, it's Austin. He's in open space downfield. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Canes will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. He rifles one deep down the middle. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that that catch.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense.
The sure hands, it's Smith. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. From the gun, running back gets the give. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays, the quarterback and his unit is executing, and this defense right now, they have no answers.
Hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. That's caught. It's Smith.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking the profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Motion from the back. Wants to keep it in the air. Swings it out to the flat. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Snags it quickly on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. 2nd down coming up. To throw, it's Austin. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Smith.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Gets it out fast. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation of what play to dial up.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He'll try to pop the draw. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. And the Hurricanes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quick completion to the right. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Let's go! To the air, it's Austin. Rush is on him. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Pressure coming. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother.
Lets it fly. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Hey, quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites, and you're going to look out there and go, that guy's really good. I'm going to find ways to get him, but I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue that I want to go attack consistently.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Can't get him to the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Hurricanes want to crank the tempo. Looking to pass. It's Austin. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Trying to get behind the defense. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He's got his man. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down on the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And the missed connection on 3rd down.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly complete. And that had all the makings of fun, neat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Got his man. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Here's the pressure. Snags it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Looking for the score. Touchdown time. Fit it in the window for the score.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to. Scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. And the Canes will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Off play action. Grab near the sticks, it's Smith. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. He can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in here, he got the long touchdown.
And here's the return. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. To the air, it's Austin. Trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Canes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Canes will send out the punt unit. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect.
Oh, he's got some space. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip. Looking to throw on first down. Hauls it in. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw for it. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Boise State looks like a legit contender right now. That offense is just having its way. They're up by 15 over Akron. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the Hurricanes can really attack on this second and short. From the gun, the ground game. He breaks a tackle. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The give to the tailback. Powers through the defender. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Back to throw, it's Austin. Trying to beat the D deep. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Hurricanes will line up to punt it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. To the air on first down. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It's complete to the right.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Shotgun snap on third down. The quick out. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. They'll run the sneak for it.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on fourth down.
They'll go to the toss. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
This guy is doing work on the outside and the sweet toe tap to stay in bounds there.
How about the sweet feet? I mean, it's so hard to know where you're at on the sidelines and have good body control. And you could tell he did. Gets the feet down, secures the catch. That is a nice catch. Nice footwork, young fella.
Third down play from the gun. Quarterback extends the play. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. A low line drive and short kick. And they'll down this punt just inside the 40-yard line. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll give it to the back. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking downfield, it's Mayo. And his first throw here is incomplete.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And the Canes will call on their punt team. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He makes the fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Right back to it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch. Their physical pass defense, it brings up a fourth down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some...
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. Never a doubt. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Going right to work up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Higgins. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Wants to throw on first down. He strikes downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's probably pretty comforting for this offensive coordinator to know as soon as the game's kicked off, I can pretty much pencil in a 100-yard receiving day for this dude.
And I want to be the quarterback. I mean, that guy, it's always open. Man zone, I know I'm looking his way because he's going to catch the football. He's going to make big plays for me. So, yeah, I'm not... as they can continue to highlight this guy in the passing game.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
The Tide will get the first down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but...
Breaks into the open. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Zings it complete to the right. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Right back to the well. And he never had a chance. Just cold as soon as he got it. The Canes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Now the play fake. Fires to the big fella. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Using the quick game. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Canes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. The give out of the gun. Got a little space. There he goes. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the 4th quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Rock chalk. Kansas is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 18 over Ohio. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Sends it back in motion. To the air. It's Walters. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And the offense comes up short on 3rd down, but I'll tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on 4th down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, shown a variety of all kinds of things. Now it's just about how they want to finish.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Canes. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
56, Miami, 23.
The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes that Alabama offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah,
turning it on! And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Guys, this one's going to go down as a nice win against a ranked opponent, and we didn't get the upset that many had thought we might.
No, they proved to the entire country watching this game that they are indeed the superior team. Offensively, defensively, running, throwing, whatever it is they wanted to get accomplished today in all three phases, David, they were better.
Yeah, and listen, at this point, I don't really care about the beauty contest. Like, your goal is to survive and advance. You played a really, really good opponent. You took care of business and continue to stay above them in the rankings, which is the only thing that matters at this point in the season.
Puts it out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The offense changing the play. Back to pass. It's Walters. Quickly complete. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. He's going to fire deep. He caught it. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Looking to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
It's complete on the right side. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide, but to be able to break.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile on.
Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. One more play to pad the stats. Back to pass, it's Mayo. Unleashes one deep. And the pass is incomplete. They were going for the fabulous parting gift, but instead will just go home with a loss. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were